need makeup. Where's makeup?
Where's my Dr. Pepper?
I just don't understand. Oh, okay. Let me tell you about what happened last time. Okay, so I think I caught a cramp in this thing right here. You know, isn't that what we talking about today on the show?
Yeah, that's called your it's in this book. It's called your gastrocnemius.
That is not gastrocnemius.
Gastrocnemius.
No, it's not.
Yes,
it's called gastrocnemius.
Oh, it's called gastrocnemius. Y'all literally have 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
I do not like
Seriously, where's makeup though?
On tonight's broadcast, the breakdown of the posterior leg, the large muscle mass, the gastrocnemius.
The infamous muscle known for crossing two joints, establishing two superficial heads of origin on the femoral condyles, and finally inserting into the calcaneus via the calcaneal tendon.
Now to Jasmine for today's gastrocnemius ADLs.
Thanks, Michaela. Now today with the gastrocnemius ADLs. Here and around the Florida region, we're going to have a bit of concentric contractions, and moving more towards the west coast, we're going to have a little bit of eccentric contraction, reading a 4.9 scale. And in the North Carolina region, we're going to have small type isometric contractions. Breaking down the North Carolina region down a little further, let's start off with some actual. Earlier today, I witnessed our fellow news correspondent, Camille, in the library demonstrating some isometric contractions while reaching for her favorite copy of the Game of Thrones. In this video, you can see as the muscle is contracting, it is nor lengthening or shortening, and it's remaining in its stationary state. Next, we have a great example of Camille demonstrating interchangeable contractions of both concentric and eccentric. Demonstrating concentric, we see here a toe off and plantar flexion showing the muscle shortening. Also, as her foot plants on the stair, we see a little bit of concentric, simply meaning that the muscle is lengthening. As you can see here, the use of the gastrocnemius is also useful in exercising. When performing toe touches, the muscle is remaining in a concentric contraction while the participant foot remains plantar flexed position. Lastly, we have our participant performing toe reaches. Here, the gastrocnemius is simply lengthening, and we would classify this as an eccentric contraction, being that she is stretching out the main muscle.
Palpating the gastrocnemius, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
To get familiar with the gastrocnemius, we're going to cover some basic information. The large muscle mass of the posterior leg is composed of the gastrocnemius and the soleus muscle. Both the gastrocnemius and the soleus are easily accessible. The superficial gastrocnemius has two heads and cross two joints, the knee and the ankle. Emerging from in between the hamstring tendon, the short head extends halfway down before blending into the calcaneal tendon. To palpate, you want to stay superficial and grab the medial and the lateral bellies. You do not want to palpate the whole leg, because if you do, you'll be palpating the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Now the bellies of the gastrocnemius are innervated by the tibial nerve, which branches off the first and the second sacral nerve. As you can see, can you plantar flex for me? As you can see, her medial belly and her lateral belly are shown here. To palpate them, you just want to easily palpate the surface of the lateral belly, move over to the medial belly. You don't want to grab the whole leg, because if you do, as I mentioned before, you're going to be grabbing the gastrocnemius and the soleus. Although the name in Greek for belly of the leg, but to isolate the two bellies, I'm going to have my client plantar flex for me. As you can see, once again, it's shown right here, the lateral and the medial. As you can see, once she plantar flexes, you can easily see the medial and the lateral bellies, as well as the lengthening of the muscle. If I have my client flex at a 90-degree angle and resist against my hand, you can see the hamstring tendons right here, and in between them, the medial and the lateral femoral condyles, where the head of the gastrocnemius originates, will come here, just like this. And finally, to see the muscle shorten, I will have my client dorsiflex for me, and as you can see, her gastrocnemius is lengthening. And that is how you palpate the gastrocnemius. Now back to KIM.
Wow, Camille, we learned so much about the gastrocnemius.
I know, Michaela. It's crazy. Look, I even found this book. It's called The Trail Guide to the Body, just in case any of our viewers out there are curious about learning some more about our muscles, also our bone structures. You can find it in your local bookstore.
Now, a word from our
Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, May 7th, 2 p.m. in Fleming Gym for the 2015 Graduation Day.